Hello and welcome to Nerd Positively Reviewed. This is a podcast about the things you love and the voices that do and don't. Each episode, we will travel the realms of awesomeness. And I'll answer the question that we all ask ourselves every time we watch a movie or TV show. Where the hell do I know them from? I'll take a look at the directors and writers, actors, then read some of the best good and bad reviews I can find based on title alone. I'll even give you my own thoughts as well, except I don't have many of them today, but hey, that's okay. Also, you can make up your own damn mind in under 30 minutes or less. I'm the self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, Bradley Butin, and this is Nerd Positively Reviewed. We are going through House of the Dragon. We are on episode 7. Got a few more to go. And I'm a huge fan of Game of Thrones. I'm a huge fan of House of the Dragon. I'm at that point in the season where I'm getting a little bored, though, to be 100% honest. And I'll get into more of that in my thoughts. And hopefully things can happen. But let's get into some of the background information. I have this episode was released, the Red Sowing, on July 28th, 2024. IMDb has this rated at 8.4 out of 10, and this episode alone is at a 9.1 out of 10. The tomato meter has it at an 89%, and the audience score is at an 84%. IMDb says that the synopsis of this episode is: the war for the Iron Throne escalates, and Queen Rhaenyra Targaryen, in a crucial gamble, is prepared to risk everything in her urgent quest for a dragon riders. All right, with all of that, it's time for Where the Hell Do I Know Them From? Okay, this episode was directed by Lonnie Perister. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. And he's directed 8 episodes of Warrior, 7 episodes of Banshee. Both are amazing shows. 9 episodes of American Horror Story. I haven't been caught up on American Horror Story for a few seasons just because I have kids, and there has been a good time to get back into it. And I had other shows that was a little more pressing. Also, Witcher and Project Blue Book, he's done some episodes for. This was created by Ryan J. Condal. He's a creator, Rampage, Colony, Hercules, and he also written by David Hancock. He's written episodes of The Crown, Am I High? Main stars in this show: Matt Smith, Prince Daemon Targaryen. You know him from Doctor Who. He is Doctor Who. The Crown, he's Prince Philip. He's Milo and Morbius, Jack in Last Night in Soho. Emma Darcy, fantastic. She was so fantastic in this. Queen Rhaenyra Targaryen. She's Emma Hobday in Mother Sunday. She's Tommy in The Taken. Hazel in Misbehavior. Olivia Cook plays Queen Alicent Hightower. She's from Ready Player One, where she's Artemis or Samantha. Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, she's Rachel. The Good Mother, Paige. Steve Toussaint, he plays Lord Corlys, the Sea Snake Valerian. Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, he was Ciso. Before We Die, Kane. Small Axe, Kenneth Logan. Sonoyo Mizuno plays Mazaria the White Worm. Probably one of my favorite characters in the show. She gives me a lot of Tyrion vibes for some reason. And, I did not look that up, but she's been in a bunch of stuff. Matthew Needham. And let's take a look at that. Apparently, I am not very right today. Sonoya Mizuno. She Ex Machina. She was Kokio. La La Land. Caitlin. She was Dr. Azumi Fuha in Maniac. She was a humanoid, and Katie, med student in Annihilation, back in 2018. Other stuff. She was in Anaya in Civil War. She was in a short called Let named Maya. Shortcomings, Meredith. She's a police operator, the voice of that in Men, and in Emma. Okay, Jane. Let's keep going a little bit more. Lily Chan and Devs. If you haven't seen that show, why I don't know why you. Ambition, she was Sarah. Crazy Rich Asian, she was Arminta Lee. That's a great movie as well. All right, let's keep going after Sonoya Matthew Needham. Okay, he is Lord Larry's the Clubfoot Strong. I cannot talk. A couple other things. He was the junkie in The Ritual, and he was Lucien Bonaparte in Napoleon, and Sherlock. In Sherlock, he was Beza. A few other things. Let's take a look. Old Swarm. He was in Doctor Who. Great Expectations, Mr. Drumale. Nightman. He was K. That's just short. Sharon Noble. He was Dimitri, which again, a great show. So very good there. Ewan Mitchell. He plays Prince Aemon Targaryen. And he's known for he's Ator in High Life, Michael Gavey in Saltburn, and House of course, The Last Kingdom. He was Osferth. He was in 28 episodes of that. A couple other things. Trigger Point. He was Billy Washington. Anything else sticking out? Stereotype. Fire Jack. Another short. The Halacron. Billy Taylor. So just a bunch of stuff there for this young actor. And let's see here. Tom Carney. He is from Dunkirk. He plays. He is Prince. Apparently, I got my stuff together today. He's King Aegon II Targaryen, and you know him from Dunkirk, where he's Peter the King, where he's Hotspur, and Tolkien. He is Christopher Wiseman, along with other stuff. He was in Mayflies as young Tully, Rogue Heroes, Mike Sadler, Saltwater Town as Liam. And let's do a couple more people here. Bethany Antonia plays Lady Baela Targaryen. And you would recognize her from Stay Close, where she was Kaylee Shaw. Get Even, the TV show, who was played as Margot. Nolly, she was Poppy Nagomo. Sense and Sensibility, she was Marianne. The Velveteen Rabbit is a short, and she was the female rabbit. She was also Captain Rocky in the Seventh Doctor Adventures for Doctor Who. Let's take a look. Get Even, we talked about that. There's Always Hope, she was Penn. Stay Close, Kaylee Shaw. We talked about Nolly, Poppy, and Nagomo. A bunch of stuff there. And let's go a little bit further. Phoebe plays Lady Rhaenyra Targaryen, and you would recognize her from, of course, House of the Dragon. Twofold. It was just a short. Midsummer Murders was a TV series. She was in an episode of that. She was Tara Loxton. Heart's Ease, another short. So lots of good stuff there from the cast of House of the Dragon. All right, here's my review disclaimer. Based on the reviews I chose solely on title alone, and I've not read through them. Please forgive me if I mispronunciate words I normally no talk good. I'll do my best to read them as I see it, punctual, good, bad, and all. So let's find out what people are saying about this, shall we? All right, we're going to start off with some bad reviews. Okay, we're going to start off with a 1 out of 10. The only 1-star review that I could find from a user. And this one is titled Very Disappointed, dated the 29th of July, 2024. Warning, spoilers, a better episode than the one before it, but why the best character in the Dance of Dragons, Daemon Targaryen, is a weak coward like this Sarah Hess or I don't what her name is ruining the character so much. Okay. Let's read this again. Maybe it'll make sense a second time. A better episode than the one before it, but why the best character in the Dance of Dragons, Daemon Targaryen, is a weak coward like this? Sarah Hess or I don't what's her name is ruining the character so much. I am done of that, so this deserves a low rating for this. As for Jace, we at least see him as a strong character. But when his mother replied to him, he didn't say anything. Poor mama boy. What is this? Man, have some respect for Jace. He is a true leader of the blacks in the books. The last character that we have hope in is Daeron. Please don't ruin the best Valerian prince. Forgive my bad English. It's not my native language. That makes sense. Cool. We won't. Awesome. You did a great job. Sorry, it was a little hard to read, but we got through it. Awesome. I would have liked to see like more examples from the episode of why the things went bad, but I'll get into that in my thoughts. Now, not only was there only one star review that I found, but I only found one 2-star review as well. So let's do another bad review. All right, this one is King's Landing Amateur Spy Agency. And this is dated from the 30th of July, 2024. The characters. Well, guys, it is already episode 7. We made it. Now we can start doing some things we should have done several episodes ago. Instead of spinning in multiple circles as all well set up already in season 1. Yeah, said like that sounds kind of obvious, but we had to, no choice, because season 3, goddammit. That aside, don't get carried away. This episode is long. So make sure to pretend doing something for the most part, because still got to push through to the finale, where we'll do something to show stuff happening. And it is not at all as if nothing is going on, except you, Damon. You will continue pretending, because if you do something now, will mess up what they have set up for us in our scripts. So for now, just make sure your exposition, your plans, and intentions. And with that, off we go. See you in season 3, Westeros 2026. I didn't understand a word of that. Okay. All right. Well, let's keep going with another bad review. All right, now there was no 3-star reviews, so we're going to go right into a 4-star review. The bigger picture holds, but the means of plot doesn't write well. From the 29th of July of 2024. Let's see if this one's better than the last two. Previous episodes foreshadowed where we are now, but not in the tactful way of breadcrumbs, but heavy-handed on an attempt to cushion plot armor. I get each character has their own inner turmoil, but with so many people with a hand in the pie, they each get a little service of screen time to resonate them having a moment. There is a theme of tradition versus desperation, which is interesting to observe unfold as there are dire consequences to each direction. Seeing Daemon's arc is one akin to Jaime Lannister, Atonement. With Daemon, I think we are taking on a more personal reformation. I enjoy the larger picture of the story thus far, which is how a great house can collapse when they turn on each other. Also, that bat bird screech used for dragon breath is horrible in a comical sense. All right. So, fair points. And again, I'll talk more in my thoughts, but I think you're right on. When you're talking, especially really low reviews, I want to see why are you giving it a 1-star review. You go into a show and you're like, okay, we're going to start this with like a 5. I'm going right in the middle. I'm not having a lot of expectations, or maybe you are, whatever. And then what brought down those expectations? What is making these a 1 star? Is it the acting? Is it the direction? Is it the cinematography, the story, the writing? Is it what is it about it? And a lot of these reviews that I'm finding out going through them all have none of that there. So it's fine. We're all fine. Let's do some good reviews. I can say this. There was plenty of great reviews to pick from on IMDb where I went through. So we're going to do a couple of them. The first one is a 10 out of 10 and is called Sick of These Reviews. Warning, spoilers. Yes, there are some boring parts in this episode, just as there are some boring parts in every episode of any TV show. But to call the first 40 minutes filler and the last 20 minutes peak television is absolutely ridiculous. The discourse between Rhaenyra and her camp is enthralling, especially the scene with her son, finally confronting her mother about her lies. It was something I have been waiting for a while. And despite what everyone says about Daemon's escapades in the Riverlands, tonight's venture was great. I love seeing the length he'd go to unite the Riverlands. The person portraying Oscar Tully did an excellent job tonight, and his performance is vastly underrated. There's a plenty of drama and amazing performances in the first 40 minutes of this episode. And to say otherwise is just annoying. I understand the action part will be the best part for most people, but the drama and politics is very important as a pretense to the action. Just because the focus of the first 40 minutes was a character development, politics, and drama doesn't make it filler. Well, I agree with you there. I can't say anything because and I'll get into my thoughts on the episode as well until I watch it again, because, well, I'll say it right now. Here's one of my thoughts. I kept falling asleep in the episode. Granted, I was watching it really late, and I was really tired, and only had like 3 hours sleep the night before. So that's part of it. And I was trying, but I now, it's my day off. I'm going to rewatch it, and I'm sure things will be different. But until then, let's get another good review. This one is called Vermithor for the 29th of July of 2024. This one, warning, spoilers. This was one of the best episodes in the show. The first 30 minutes focused on Daemon and Harrenhal, and it was by far the most intriguing, I'm guessing, thing that has come out of Harrenhal. The dead of William Blackwood was sad, or the death of William Blackwood was sad, and Lord Oscar Tully changing so quickly, showing that he has accepted being the Lord, was amazing. Rhaenyra's character felt okay this episode. The episode was carried by the small folk. It showed more to their side in this episode and how they live. Hugh the Hammer coming to the Dragonstone and claiming Vermithor while he killed everyone else was astonishing. Ulif stumbling into Silverwing was hilarious, and then it ended on such a good cliffhanger with Silverwing being spotted over King's Landing and Aemon going to battle and finally gaining control over Vhagar. The final shot, Rhaenyra in front of Syrax roaring, and Vermithor behind her with Hugh on top of Silverwing in the back, landing on the castle, was phenomenal. The third best episode of the season, and cleaned up the mess the last episode gave. 10 out of 10. Rock freaking on. Let's keep this train going. Another good review. All right, this one is called An Amazing Episode from the 30th of July, 2024. Warning, spoilers. After years of watching and loving both House of Dragon and Game of Thrones, I'd finally give a review for the first time here. After a bit of a slow season, we finally get these awesome scenes in which Hugh Hammer shows his strength against Vermithor, and Ulif White stumbles upon Silverwing. Beautiful dragon design, by the way. Ulif brought some badly needed comedy and excitement in his scene flying over King's Landing. And it was such a rush to see Aemon ride to get Vagar quickly and chase him almost to Dragonstone. The show of force at the end reminded me of some epic scenes of Game of Thrones with Daenerys, the soundtrack of Ramon Dewji. I said that name wrong. Sorry. Really stood out this episode. Oscar Tully showing up at Harrenhal and Vagar descending through the clouds, similar to the soundtrack we get in The Spoils of War battle in Game of Thrones. Unlike the song in episode 4 of this season, which was a bit underwhelming and lacked punch, the scene with Daemon was another highlight of the episode, with Oscar Tully pulling some intelligent and unexpected moves to gain respect among the lords of the Riverlands. The next scene with Viserys was beautiful, reminded me of Elden Ring or Dark Souls scene, or a Dark Souls scene. This was the best episode of the series so far, and build up these last 6 episodes made it worth it. The scene with Alicent didn't seem necessary, but on a second watch, it's nice to see the tranquil, natural scenery. Same with the Vale and its mountainous areas around. I look forward to episode 8 and the next season. Awesome. Well, that is all of the reviews. I really like the good reviews. I think when I watch it again, which is going to happen here in about 2 hours, I think my mind will probably change some. I wasn't in the right headspace, and on my first watch, I was tired, and I was piecing it together. So I was watching like 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, doing other stuff. I couldn't focus on it. So I'm going to give it some good time to focus, let it simmer, and I'm sure I'll be blown away because that happens all the time with House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones for me. So right now I'm going to rate it at 3, but with a big old question mark. I'm not going to give a lot of thoughts, but I will give it some. I'll give my award to Matt Damon because Matt Smith. Apparently, I need a nap too. Matt Smith, because he's amazing. All right, it's time. Did you like the episode? Let me know. Let's talk. Find me, friend me, or follow me. Facebook. Go to Facebook at Nerd Positive, TikTok at Nerd Positive 1, Instagram at The Fandemic, because you don't get to be nerd positive without catching the Fandemic first. If you feel there's more of a conversation, feel free to reach out and let's talk. Who knows, maybe you'll be the next guest on Nerd Positive. If you want to support the show, there are several ways to do so. You can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/nerdpositive, patreon.com/nerdpositive, or just go to PayPal or Venmo at Bradley Butin. I'm not going to say no. Most importantly, just share the show with someone you want to make a little more awesome. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review. And if you like this, check out all things Nerd Positive. I also got a couple kids' books, and I got a couple more coming. All right. House of the Dragon, Episode 7, The Red Sowing. You just got Nerd Positively reviewed and 24 minutes. Awesome.